Good morning, students. Welcome back to online classes. I hope you are all enjoyed your holidays well. Today we are going to continue with the matrices in which the last exercise, that is homogeneous system of linear equations. Okay, so first we are going to learn what are homogeneous equations. So homogeneous equations means it will be, that is a11x1 plus a12 x2 plus etc. a1n x1 is equal to 0. That is, the right side constant should be equal to 0. Only we will have the coefficients and their variables. Okay, then those kind of equations are called homogeneous equations. What do you mean by system of linear equation? So this is a one equation. Now, if I am having a set of equations, that is, this is the second equation and it will be go on, and if you are getting m equations with n variables, then that is called homogeneous system of linear equations. Why we are calling it as linear equations? Because the powers are, that is degrees, are equal to 1. So we are calling these set of equations as homogeneous system of linear equations. Okay. Now we are using the homogeneous equation how to solve the given solution, that is equations. Properties. The first property is, if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then the system has trivial solution. Why it is trivial? Trivial means we know that the right side equation values will be, that is the constants will be equal to 0 here. So if they are all equal to 0, then we can get a solutions like x1 equal to 0, x2 equal to 0, etc., xn equal to 0. So these kind of solutions are called trivial solution. That is, I have some set of equations in which all the variables are giving the result as 0, then we are calling that as trivial solution. Okay. Suppose if my determinant of A is not equal to 0, how can I find out these determinants? Because I have set of equations, I can convert it into the form of matrix. So determinant of A equal to 0 means then the system has non-trivial solution. What do you mean by non-trivial? If all the variables are equal to 0, then we are calling that as trivial solution. At least one variable is not equal to 0, then we can call them as non-trivial solution. Okay, that is infinite number of solutions. My x1 may get so many values, x2 may get so many values, x3 may be equal to 0. It is not the condition. So I may get more than one answers. So that is also called non-trivial solution. Okay. So the system of homogeneous linear equation is always consistent. That means either I can get a trivial solution or I will get a non-trivial solution. Apart from this, I'm not getting that no solution condition. Okay, there is a solution. The solution may be trivial or non-trivial. Therefore, we can call these kind of equations, that is homogeneous equations, are all always consistent. Okay, let me see some problems to solve it. That is, solve the three equations are given to us. First step is we are going to take an augmented matrix. What do you mean by augmented matrix? I am going to combine a matrix of A with the values of B. Okay. So therefore A, B is equal to, first we are taking the first row 3, 2, 7 and then the right side value 0. Then the second one is 4 minus 3 minus 2, 0. Third one is 5, 9, 23 and the right side value will be equal to 0. So this is the augmented matrix. To separate the values of A and B, we are taking a line like this. Okay. So now first we are going to make these two values are equal to 0. As like, that is, we are going to convert it as echelon form. So if you are going to convert it as an echelon form, then I need to make these two as 0. If I am going to make these two as 0, what is the condition? So here these two values should be equal. Here I am having 3, here I have 4. So what is the common value here? 12 will be the common value. Similarly, if I am comparing these two, then 3 and 5, 15 will be the common value. Therefore, my equations will be 3R2 minus 4R1. I am going to multiply R1 by 3 and R2 by 4. Since these two numbers are having same sign, I should have minus. Different sign means plus, right? Now, for the third one, I have to multiply this one by 5 and this row by 3. Therefore, I will get 3R3 minus 5R1. Okay, if I am doing the calculation, then the augmented matrix will be, there is no change in the first one. So, we are keeping the first row as it is. Now, we are going to change the second row. So, second row, I just multiplied that by 3 and the first row by 4. If we are simplifying that, then we are getting the result like this. Okay, so we got the second row. Now for the third row, this is the calculation. So if we are calculating that, then we'll get a value like this. So I am going to enter the third row. So now I got the value like this. My augmented matrix is changed like this. Okay, now I got 0 and 0. What is the next step? We have to make this one equal to 0. So if I am going to change that is equal to 0, it is enough for me to take R2 plus R3, because here I have 17, here I have minus 17. It is enough for me to add the value. So if I am adding that, then I will get the first row and the second row will be the same. Third row, if I am just adding, I will get an answer like this. Okay, so you just look at here. I have first row and the second row. What about my third row? All the entries are equal to 0. So we'll get the value of augmented matrices like this. Okay, so now we are going to apply it by the back substitution. So if you are taking, then minus 17y minus 34z is equal to 0. Okay, here we are taking these values as x, y and z. This is the right side value, that is equal to b. Okay, so now if I am substituting that, both variables are unknown variables. So what I have to do, I have to take either y is equal to some variable or z is equal to some other value. So let I am taking z is equal to t. That t belongs to r, any real number we have taken. So if I am substituting z is equal to t, then I will get minus 17y minus 34t equal to 0. If I simplify this, then I can get y is equal to minus 2t. Okay, now I got two values, z is equal to t and y is equal to minus 2t. I am going to substitute that in the first equation, that is 3x plus 2y plus 7z equal to 0. We just take the first row. So if I am substituting that, then I am getting x is equal to minus t. So what are the three values I am getting? X is equal to minus t, y is equal to minus 2t and z is equal to t, where the value of t belongs to the real number. Therefore, we will get infinitely many solutions, because for all the value of t, we can get different kind of solutions. Therefore, infinitely many solutions. So, these kind of problems are called non-trivial solutions. Okay. Yes. Now, we move on to another problem. Determine the values of lambda for the equations. The three equations are given. It has a unique solution and a non-trivial solution. That is the thing we have to prove, because we know only two kind of solutions in a homogeneous equation. Okay, so let me take the augmented matrix as we did in the previous problem. So we are taking the first, second and third rows and we are separating it by the value, because it is, the first one is A and the second one is nothing but B. As usual, what is the next step? We have to convert the values. That is, here I have R2 and R3 we are going to interchange. Okay, so because lambda is here, so I need to keep lambda in the third row. then it will be easy for me to find out the solution. Therefore, we just interchange R2 and R3. So, if you are interchanging R2 and R3, the first row will be as it is. Now lambda comes in the third row. Then it will be easy for us to find out the solution. Now as usual, what we have to do? We have to make 2 and 4 is equal to 0. For that the calculation is R2 minus 2R1, and for the third one R3 minus 4R1. Just take a negative sign of it and multiply with R1. Okay. So now what we have to do? We have to do the calculation. So if you are doing the calculation, first row will be as it is. Second row, if I simplify, then I will get the second row like this and the third row. Now you just look at the third row. We have the value of lambda. But till it is not in the echelon form, because we need these three values should be equal to 0. Therefore, I am going to convert this is equal to 0. For that, the calculation is, that is R3 minus R2. Okay, because here minus, here also minus, same sign we are subtracting. So, if you are doing that, so then we will get the resultant matrix as the first row there is no change, second row also no change, third row we will get the augmented matrix like this. Okay. Now, according to this value only, we can say either the equation as unique solution or non-trivial solution. So, first let me take, I got the echelon form, therefore we are taking first case is lambda minus 8 is not equal to 0. So, that means here lambda value is not equal to, lambda should not be equal to 8. If I am taking 8, 8 minus 8 gives me an answer 0. So, apart from 8, it has some other number. So, lambda minus 8 not equal to 0 means this will not be equal to 0. Therefore, we can get the determinant of A is not equal to 0. Because here I have some other value. Some value apart from 0. Therefore, I may not get the determinant equal to 0. Here it has trivial solution. So, trivial solution means it is consistent and has a unique solution. Trivial means what is the solution? X is equal to 0, Y is equal to 0 and Z is equal to 0. Why it is so? Because my right side value is equal to 0 for all the entries. Okay. Now we are taking lambda minus 8 is not equal to 0. So if it is, that is equal to 0. Here we proceeded with not equal to. Here we are taking it as equal to. If this is equal to 0, then one entire row of A value will be equal to 0. Therefore, my determinant of A equal to 0. If determinant of A equal to 0 means we can get non-trivial solution. Okay, therefore the system of equations are consistent and has a many solution. That means non-trivial solution. Now, by using Gaussian elimination method, balance the chemical reaction equation. What is that equation? This is the given equation. We have to balance this chemical equation. You learn this in chemistry, but using mathematics, that is using matrix, how can we balance this chemical equation? That is the thing we are going to see. This is also one of the application of matrix. We are applying this in chemistry. Okay. So let me take, we are going to take it as an equation. First you just take what are all the variables. Carbon is given, hydrogen is given, oxygen is given. Okay. So how many variables are here? We have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So we are taking the thing as the number of terms are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 terms with 3 different variables. What are the different variables? Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 terms. Okay. Therefore, we are going to take the values as we are going to take it as x1, x2, x3 and x4. Now we are balancing the things. So left side if I am taking carbon, right side also you should compare it with carbon. So if I am comparing that, here we have 2 carbon. Therefore, we can take it as 2x1 is equal to here only 1 carbon. Therefore, we can get x4. Next, I am going to equate hydrogen. If I am equating hydrogen, you just look at there are 6 hydrogens. So, 6x1 is equal to this side 2 hydrogen. Therefore, we can get the value as 6x1 is equal to 2x3. Here we simplified this equation. I just brought it to the left side. Now here also I can simplify this. So if I am simplifying this, I get the value like this. Okay, now we are going to equate oxygen. So then if I am equating oxygen, 2 times of x2 is equal to, there are two values here. So x3 plus 2x4. Okay, so we are converting this as an equation. Now we get three equations. Again, we are going to form it as an augmented matrix. So the equations are like this. Therefore, we are taking an augmented matrix A and B. Just to substitute it. And then what we have to do? We have to simplify. If I am simplifying, already I got 1 0. So it is enough for me to take this value equal to 0. So R2 is interchanged with R3 now. Okay. So if you are interchanging it, then my second row will be equal to 0. I am going to convert that 6 is equal to 0 now. So for that, R3 minus 3 times of R1. If you are doing that calculation, then the first two rows will be as it is. Then here we are getting the value like this. Already I got the value as 0, 0, 0 over here. Okay. So therefore, what we are going to do? We are going to get the echelon form. So we are going to solve the values. For solving the values, here what are all the variables we have taken? x1, x2, x3 and x4. This is the value of B. Okay. So if you are equating that value as an equation, then we will get 2 minus 2x3 plus 3x4 because we have taken this is x1, x2, x3 and x4. Okay, so 3 times of x4 is equal to 0. And similarly, we are taking two variables. So, two unknowns, we have taken x4 is equal to t. So, if I am substituting x4 is equal to t, then I will get the value of x3 is like this. This is the value of x3. Now, I am taking the second one. Then, this is an equation. But what is the value of x3 and x4? Already we got it. So, if I am substituting that, then I am getting x2 value is equal to 7 by 4 into t. Now I am going to take the first equation. So if I am taking the first equation, I need the value of x4. So if I substituted, then I am getting x1 is equal to 1 by 2 into t. Now I am going to take the value of t is equal to 4. Why I am taking that is equal to 4? You just look at all the other values in which what is the LCM? Here my denominator is 4, here it is 2, here it is 1 and here it is 2. Therefore, the LCM value will be equal to 4. I am just taking the LCM value. If I am taking LCM, then I can substitute over here. Then I will get x1 is equal to 2, x2 is equal to 7, x3 is equal to 6 and x4 is equal to 4. Just to substitute the values of t over here. If I substituted, I am getting all these equations. What is a given equation? The chemical equation is this, in which I am going to substitute all the values. If I am substituting, then I get the balanced equation like this. Okay, so you can balance it with your using chemistry also. You can practice problems. Example 1.39 and example 1.40. Do these problems in your classwork. Thank you, children.